The air was heavy with disbelief. Just when many thought we had endured enough heartbreaks, yet another untimely passing sends shockwaves through communities tied to Cyril. This time, the tragedy feels different, too abrupt, too mysterious, too full of questions. And that alone demands we dig deeper. Cyril had already felt loss before. He had mourned, publicly and privately, those who shaped his life, mentors, companions, voices of counsel. But now, the heartbreak cuts closer, someone from his inner circle, someone whose absence will echo in the spaces he once filled, is gone. The headline reads like a punch to the gut, another untimely passing shocks Cyril. The facts we do have are jagged fragments. The individual was found under ambiguous circumstances, reported missing hours earlier after sending a troubling message. Local law enforcement is investigating, and whispers of foul play or tragedy abound. The body was discovered near a high-rise building, a fall, they say, but whether accidental, suicidal, or forced is still unknown. The official statements are cautious, investigations are ongoing. The name, Nathan Mthethwa, South Africa's ambassador to France, formerly a high-ranking minister. It is impossible to overstate how stunned the public is. Mthethwa's trajectory was deeply intertwined with Cyril Ramaphosa's administration. Their political paths crossed often, their alliances and tensions colored public discourse for years. Now, the passing of someone so well connected invites speculation. Was this purely personal tragedy, or is there a political undercurrent? Did someone feel threatened? What secrets might vanish with the dead? President Cyril Ramaphosa, grappling with the emotional weight, issued a solemn statement of condolences, describing the loss as both premature and traumatic. He praised Mthethwa's years of devoted public service, roles in police, arts and culture, sport, and now diplomacy, and called for a full and transparent investigation. The imagery is stark, a bright public figure whose light was extinguished far too soon. What makes this even more unnerving is the pattern. We have already seen high-profile figures meeting tragic or contested ends, people who held influence, people who had access to sensitive corridors of power. In some cases, the investigations stalled or offered partial narratives. The public's trust frays when answers are slow or elusive. As we watch this unfold, the worry grows, is this another isolated heartbreak or part of a darker trend? In Paris, the investigation is being led by the prosecutor's office. The scene is a million miles from home, in a foreign jurisdiction, with language barriers, legal protocols, and media scrutiny clamoring for clarity. French outlets report that Mthethwa's body was found outside the Hyatt at Port Malo after falling from the 22nd floor. He had sent a worrisome message to his wife before disappearing. The last known call was traced to mid-afternoon. With no immediate signs of forced entry or struggle, the precise cause remains murky. Back home, the response has been immediate and emotional. The ANC, government officials, civil society groups and regular citizens pour out tributes. Some voices demand urgency and accountability. Others express suspicion. A portion of the public refuses to accept the possibility of an ordinary explanation. Why now? Why someone so high in the hierarchy? Why far from home? These questions swirl like dust storms, messy, blinding, impossible to ignore. This is the kind of story that compels watchers to stay tuned. We will follow the investigation, forensic findings, witness testimonies, the role of diplomatic immunity, the flow of communication between French and South African authorities, and any hints of political motivations. We will monitor whether the silences grow or the contradictions multiply. Because with events like these, often what is not said is as telling as what is released. For you, the viewer, this is not just another headline. This is a story interwoven with power, loyalty, betrayal, and the fragility of life. It is a story that has the potential to reshape narratives about security, governance, and those who wield influence behind the scenes. The suspense remains thick. The questions remain many. If you're watching this, if your heart is already racing, if you want every update, if you demand accountability and refuse to let the story fade into silence, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button right now and ring the notification bell. Stay close, because we will be bringing you every development, every new fact, every twist. Don't miss what comes next, this one will leave its mark. Thank you for being here. Let's watch together as this chilling chapter unfolds.